Okay. So, like I said earlier, we're switching around a little bit. I want to give people more chances to work on their essay. Specifically, I'm really hoping that you will take time to have other people read your essay. I've given feedback to all the students who had turned their essays in as of last night. If someone else has turned theirs in last minute or someone doesn't see their feedback, please let me know. I will be happy to look at that for you. But yeah, you want to have the best possible essay. You also, as you're doing your college search, might realize that there's a specific prompt that you need to be writing to for one of the schools that you want to apply to. And so I'm giving you a chance to do that as well. So that means that we are changing this up and we are going to be doing our scholarships today, which is great. I think this will work really well for you guys. And another added benefit of this is your personal statement most likely will be used for scholarships too. So it might be that you see a scholarship that has a particular prompt that you want to write to. Does that make sense to you guys when we're doing this? Any questions on what we're doing or why we're doing it? Courtney, question.
What are we doing?
We're doing our scholarship search.
Okay.
Finding scholarships.
All right.
So finding scholarships is not actually hard. It's not hard. There's lots of scholarships out there. There's too many out there. In fact, the problem isn't that you can't find scholarships. It's that you find so many that you can often feel overwhelmed by the process. And then trying to find which ones you qualify for, how much work they are to apply for, how much money they're worth, and how many people are going to be applying for them. So sometimes there are scholarships that are a lot of work. They want a lot of stuff from you, and they're only for like $500. And you're like, But the upside of those scholarships is a lot of other kids are going, and not wanting to do them. So they might be less competitive at our chance of getting the money. And $500 adds up fast. I got a student right now who is going to St. Martin's, and he got his package, and it included scholarships from St. Martin's. It included federal student aid, his Pell Grant that he filled out as FAFSA and got. It includes his Washington State grant from the state of Washington. So those are two free money sources, state money and federal money. He doesn't have to pay those back. St. Martin's gave him some scholarships, and then he has some loans that he will have to pay back. He's still $1,000 short for just the cost of tuition. That's not even counting living. He's going to live at home in Shelton and commute. So that $1,000, if he applies to two $500 scholarships, there's two scholarships that he can get. $500 for doing a tour of St. Martin's, and $500 if he gets a letter from a priest or religious leader. So he's working on getting that. But that's $1,000 right there, right? Those things add up really quickly. So that's what I'm encouraging you guys. Sometimes the scholarship money sounds little, and you're like, but it adds up. It can be a lot. I'd like $500 for writing an essay. All right. So the assignment, I want to get that out of the way first. It's very, very similar to your college search. So you will put onto your WordPress site, or again, if WordPress isn't working for you, I will be happy to do a Google Doc or a Word doc. So Priscilla, do you want to read this out loud to the students real fast?
Identify at least 3 scholarships you want to apply for and how to apply for them. 1. Link to the scholarship and scholarship name. 2. Who is funding this scholarship and why? 3. Due date. 4. who can apply, and 5, what is needed to apply, included essay prompt. Display this information on your WordPress site in a visually appealing way. Optional, either identity areas you need to develop so that you will be a strong candidate for this scholarship, or apply for the scholarship, or include all the items, including essays, so that you can apply for the scholarships when it opens.
Thank you, Priscilla. I really appreciate that. um, so, the glories of working from home, right? Can I please go to the office, please? So, yes, that's what we want on there. You're just doing a quick research to figure out some scholarships. Again, think of this as a visual notes sheet so that you can apply back to these scholarships as they become open. The optional bit, I realize that some of you are feeling overwhelmed. I want you to turn in something. But the optional part where you identify the areas or you're looking for what you need, that's just going to help you be more ready. It's going to make future you really happy if you do the optional part. Okay, so let's look at some scholarships, right? Coca-Cola. Who has heard of the Coca-Cola website scholarship? Can you guys come on camera if at all possible? So I can see your faces and you can nod to things or something. Does anyone remember me talking about the Coca-Cola scholarship before? No? Okay. Well, it's a great scholarship. It opens up on August 1st. I'm going to put this URL in the chat. Where's the chat at? Okay, Allie has not heard of it. This is for seniors, but when it opens in August, I encourage all of you guys to go look at it because then you'll be prepared, right? Allie, you as a freshman, it's gonna be a while before you can apply for this. But if you start writing down all of your notes, if you look at what the application says, and you can start like thinking about the kind of information you're gonna put in there. Are there activities or passion projects that you should be working on in order to prepare for this scholarship? Right now for Allie, this is research time. This is time to prepare. She's got a couple of years ahead of her. For Courtney and Xavier and Jade and Veronica, this is go time. So you guys should be researching this because you're going to be applying for it in a couple of weeks, right? And I'm off in August. Priscilla's off in August. I mean, if you text me, I'll probably still read your essay for you because that's the kind of human I am. But
that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. But I'm not going to be telling you guys, oh, remember to apply for this scholarship. I got my she shed to build, I got stuff to do. Okay, so this is the scholarship. It is $20,000. I believe that you can get it 4 years in a row. They also offer with the 23rd class, they select 150 scholars each year. So 150 people are going to get 20 grand. It requires you to be a high school senior, a U.S. citizen, U.S. permanent resident, refugee, asylum. Basically, if you can fill out the FAFSA, you can do this scholarship. Planning to pursue a degree in an accredited U.S. post-secondary institution. These are people who can't apply, basically employees of Coca-Cola, or people who are international students, people who've already graduated from high school, and temporary residents. Okay, they got some things. You can go ahead and look at the different scholars that they're giving money to. So you get the idea, the kind of people they tend to fund if you want to. They also they give a list here like, oh, well, we can't fund everybody, so here's other scholarships you can apply to. It's fine. Sometimes that they'll have sample applications on here that you can start working from. I haven't been able to find Coke. They probably have one that's just buried. So that's something you could look for. Other times, third-party websites, like this is Scholarship 360, they'll have like hints and stuff about how to apply there. So they have the same information that we found on their website, but they also included the things that you're going to need: high school transcript, a list of all your honors and awards that you've won. This can go on your website if you want to. You can make a page about this. List or your resumes also have information like this. So a list of all the activities you've done, your job experience, your contact information for your guidance counselor. They say there's a sample application, but I can't find it. They're going to be asking you some questions. You're going to fill out those questions. Yeah, if we click on these links, it just takes us back to this. So, Coca-Cola, that's a scholarship you guys can be applying for very soon. That's a scholarship that you could throw on to your web page so that you remember, here's the link for it, here's when it opens. This is the kind of stuff. I need to get a hold of my transcript. How do I get my transcript? Is Jill around still? I don't know. You know, those are all the kind of things you should be figuring out right now so that when it opens in August, you can get everything taken care of, right? Okay. Next big giant scholarship that I like a lot is the Adele Scholarship. It doesn't open until October 1st. So again, this is research mode, right? It's also $20,000. They're going to give you a support system. So you get like a mentor who's going to follow you around and provide you with lots of support. They're going to give you a laptop. They're going to give you a 4 years, for 4 years, they're going to give you $500 to buy textbooks with. So it's a lot of stuff in there, right? This is a really great scholarship. A lot of people apply for it. It's really competitive. But they're not looking for kids with the best GPA. They're looking for kids who have grit. They've overcome personal challenges in their lives related to their family, school, or community. They have potential. By preparing, you have to have been part of a college readiness program. Can anyone think of a college readiness program? Shout it out.
Upper bound. Woo-hoo.
Wow, I'm shouting it out. What a shout.
So Upward Bound is one of the programs. There's a lot that you could be a part of. Gear Up is one. What's the one they have here in North Thurston? They have a lot of different programs that you can be a part of, but Upward Bound is definitely one of them. So not every student's been a part of a college prep program. You have to have ambition with what you're going to go do, right? You got to be like someone who's like, yeah, I'm going to go do something impossible, something no one in my family has done before, something that can be really scary, intimidating, and I'm going to go do it. So they're looking for people like this. They don't necessarily need to see people with the highest GPA. So I don't know why they're linking University of Texas Austin to this. That's new. But they do have I know they have a sample application somewhere. They have an ebook. So when doing other research, looking for the scholarship, there's a lot of third parties who've done reviews on this already for you guys, right? So they're talking about tips for applying. There is a sample application. Where is that at? I used to have a link to it. Here it is. Okay. I knew it was around. So sometimes other websites will find these things for you because the main website for these giant scholarships, they can be hard to find. Even navigating to the apply page. Sometimes they make things a little bit confusing for you. And I think they do that on purpose because they've got so many people who want to apply for it that they're trying to weed out everyone who's not willing to do the work. Okay, so you need to be graduating from high school. You all are, right? You need to be in a college readiness program from 11th to 12th grade. I'll show you this. So ADVID, that's when they have over here in North Thurston. Gear Up, One Goal, Upward Bound Math Science. So you have to be a part of one of these programs already, and not everybody is. So this makes it a more selective scholarship in some ways. You need to have at least a 2.4 GPA. They don't have to be the best student. You have to be a student who shows grit, right? Overcomes adversity, has ambition, has potential. Demonstrates the need for financial assistance. So you basically have to be Pell Grant eligible. And have you guys already done the workshop with Sebastian where you do the FAFSA forecaster? I know Sebastian has a workshop about scholarships and financial aid. Okay. He's going to go over the forecaster with you. I know some of you did that last year, Quinn and Xavier, Courtney. I believe you all have done this before. So I can help you through that later to see if you will qualify for a Pell Grant, but kind of assume that you will. That's eligible to Pell Grant, and then planning to enroll in your first bachelor's degree. Great. So hands up, how many of you guys qualify or will qualify for this or think you'll qualify for this when you were a senior in high school? Courtney? Nobody else thinks they'll qualify for this? Veronica, maybe. Xavier's like, yep. Okay. I think quite a few of you will qualify for this. So, this is what the application is going to look like. You're going to put in all your personal information, high school's information. If you don't know your class rank or your GPA, I can look that up in Skyward for you. So just let me know that you need that information. College readiness program, that would be Upward Bound, and your counselor would be Elizabeth Rush or Priscilla Descaderio.
Desiderio. But thanks.
You're wrong. I knew I was going to say it wrong. I'm just like, oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be so damn bad.
That's the first time I've heard it like that, though.
I'm creative in how I say things.
Very creative.
See how red I am? Like, this is not good. Don't be me. Yeah, remind me again to look up your rank, and I will, just not right this second. Maybe when I give you guys free work time, I will be able to look that up for you, okay? Okay, so the same thing goes right here. Yeah, you know, you guys have our cell numbers. You guys have our email addresses. You have all that information, so put that in there. Test scores. This is not START. So if you haven't taken these tests, that's okay. They're not going to be required this year. I mean, if you can, great. But with COVID, I'll tell you guys straight up. My kids' school district, North Thurston School District, they are giving us two options. One is completely online, or the other one is hybrid, where you only go to class twice a week, 2 times a week, either Monday and Tuesday or either Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday. And then the other 3 days you're doing online learning. They're not even having kids on campus on Fridays in North Thurston. It very well might be something similar in Shelton. So everyone's being flexible about test scores. If you got them, great. If you can take it safely, great. But your safety is the most important thing. Transcript. So I can get you guys some of your transcript stuff. I have most of you guys' transcripts already printed out. We'll get you what we can, but you will need to, you can go through Skyward and look at all the classes that you've taken. But you got to add all this in here. UW makes you do the same thing. This is time consuming, just so you know. Adding in all of your classes will be time consuming. But go ahead and do that. Put down the things that you intend to major in. And then, this is where you get to write. You have 2,400 characters. So it's a pretty short amount. What has inspired you to choose this major and study the degree you're planning to enroll in? Remember, these guys are looking for 3 things. Grit. So grit. Adversity, determination, or potential. So, man, their grit thing is weird. But they're looking to see if you've overcome adversity, what kind of potential, and what's your ambition. So to do that, you guys need to, when you're talking about what's inspired you and why you want to get that degree, showing at least one of those aspects, one of those things they're looking for. Show your ambition in what you want to study. Show your determination in what you want to study. Like, yeah, these things are really hard for me, but I'm keep coming back because this is really important to me. So put down the 3 colleges. Please tell us the reasons why you're considering a 2-year college as one of your top 3 choices. I'm not sure. I don't know if you have to. That's a little bit confusing. We'll see. Reasons you're considered in selecting each of the schools as your top choice. Preparing for success. So they don't give you a lot of room to talk, right? They're giving you short terms, but you can see everything through here. That means you can start workshopping all of these answers right now. It's not that hard to fill this out. Talk about your adversity. Recommender, I can recommend you. Just let us know. All right. Do we have any questions about this scholarship? The Adele Scholarship. Xavier or Quinn asked if we can do the scholarship now. You can prep for all of this. You can prepare all of your answers and get everything ready, but they're not open until October 1st. So that you're in research for this. So that's the Adele Scholarship. Let's show you this one. This is the Washington State Opportunity Scholarship. Michaela Porter won this scholarship a couple years ago. Last year, none of our students won it. In some years, very few people have applied for this scholarship. In other years, a lot of people have applied for it. I'm going to put this in the chat. Okay. Oh, our scholarship is given out by Washington State. They give you more money based on your standing. So they want people who are going to go into STEM. Can someone tell you what STEM is? Come on, I know someone can tell you what STEM is. Science, tech, engineering, and math. Yes, that is right. I was hoping someone else would talk so you guys would just hear me all the time. So they offer 2 scholarships. One is for career and technical schools. If you're going for just a certificate or just an AA degree terminal, this is a scholarship to apply for. People in our program, this isn't the scholarship that you apply for. But if you have friends or you know somebody who's trying to go back in and get some additional training or need some support to get into some kind of, they want to do like medical imaging or something like that, great scholarship for them. For you guys, here's the baccalaureate. This is your 4-year scholarship. So they provide up to $22,000, $22,500. It's spread out over 4 years. So you're going to get a small pile of money for your freshman and sophomore years because most of you guys are undecided at that point. And you maybe say, oh yeah, I'm going to study engineering or medicine or whatever. But then by the time you get through your first year, you're like, I don't like that. I actually want to go into graphic design. And this scholarship's not for graphic design. So when you get to your junior year, when you've declared your major, that's when they'll give you more money if your major is actually in the field that you said you were going to major in. You don't have to give them money back if you've changed your mind. That's why they give you a small amount the first 2 years. And then the big money comes your sophomore and junior, or your junior and senior year, which is actually kind of nice because like George was saying, a lot of times scholarships, admissions will give you a big scholarship your first year, but not give you that preceding money when you're a junior and a senior. So it's a nice chunk of money that they give out. You have to be a Washington State resident. You have to show that you have financial need, but the financial need here is you have to fill out the FAFSA. Then your family has to come underneath this chart here. So if you have a family of 4, okay, I have a family of 4 right now, right? Me and my husband need to make less than $121,000. You know what? We do. I'll let y'all know I make less than $121,000. So my kids could qualify for this scholarship. Good for them. At least that's one scholarship they can apply for. You need to have at least a 2.75 GPA. You must be looking for something on one of these lists, and you can only use this at a Washington State school, I believe. So this is all the lists of eligible majors. In the past, for some silly reason, they decided they don't want to fund people going into psychology, which is weird because we need a lot more psychologists. But biomedical, biotech, botany, animal sciences. I'm sorry. I sent it to Xavier and Quinn privately on accident. I'm not very good at the Zoom chat. So thank you, Xavier and Quinn, for sharing that with everybody. There's a whole list. Dental hygienist is on here. I'm pretty sure marine biology is on here. Yeah, marine biology right here. So, okay. That's okay, Jade, I understand. So that's this list here. Then the next list is eligible institutions, and basically it's pretty much every Washington State, most Washington State schools, even Bastyr is on here. DigiPen, which is a for-profit school that only awards interesting degrees. They're nationally accredited. I got feelings on them. Anyways, lots of opportunities, right? You see this? Does this make sense to you guys? Do we have any questions about the Washington State Opportunity Scholarship? It doesn't open until, I think, December or January. So that's some of the things, that's part of your research, is to look up when does it open. So you can like make a note on your phone, go apply for this scholarship when it opens. Okay. So any questions about the Washington State Opportunity Scholarship? Only open to Washington State residents, so that gives you guys an edge. Well, that's not enough scholarships to go by, especially I know my juniors and underclassmen are like, fine, Elizabeth, I can't apply for any of these scholarships. Haha, here's a list of scholarships you can apply for. It says juniors, but a lot of these scholarships you can apply for a lot sooner than your junior year. So what I like about this particular clearinghouse of scholarships is it separates them by month. So here we're in July, and this one closed July 1st. Okay, I'm not going to apply for this one. But this one, Ocean Awareness Contest, it closes on the 17th of September. That was last year. I'll have to look and see if it still is open. That's the things you got to check. These are clearinghouses. Clearinghouses can be really good and really bad. They're a third-party site that accumulates lists, almost like what you're doing on your WordPress, your own personal list. They accumulate lists of scholarships. They provide information and links to them. So this one could be really good. Submit visual art, film, poetry, prose, or interactive media. So you don't have to write an essay. It's open to anyone who's 11 to 18. Okay, so I can have my daughter fill this one out. I'm gonna go do that. We'll make Maddie do this one. So, okay, the 2000 contest is closed, and 2001 contest, it closed on June 15th this year. That's sad. That's one of the downsides of the clearinghouses, right? But there's lots of these clearinghouses out there that are designed like this, where you can find large lists of scholarships to apply for. So here's one about not texting and driving. You fill out the application. You're a high school student, U.S. citizen or legal resident. It's due September 30th. We'll select 10 finalists based on the content of their 140. How long is a tweet? Does anyone know how long a tweet is? I don't use Twitter. Quinn, don't you use Twitter? You seem like a Twitter person, Quinn. All right, so it's $1,000. So there's all kinds of scholarships on this site you guys can apply for. You don't have to be a senior to do these. 10th graders and above, you can apply for this one. College Jumpstart Scholarship, an award to motivate seniors. Must be in the 10th to 12th grade, U.S. citizen or legal resident, plan to attend college, committed to using education to better your life and that of your family and community. Deadline is October 17th and April 15th of each year. So this one's closed. This is April 15th. The scholarship is currently open. Corporate donations. Okay, so you can go through the scholarship. Man, Allie, everyone but you. So some of these statements are smaller than a tweet. They don't give you a lot of room. Brevity is key. Is this helpful to you guys? There's one more website I'd like to show you about. People have mixed feelings about this. The Washboard.org. This is another clearinghouse. You have to make a profile for it. And once you've made your profile, then it's supposed to link in you with other scholarship, with all these scholarships that supposedly will be good for you. It's time consuming to make your profile, and sometimes people have trouble finding scholarships on it. So I think it's a good resource because it's just for Washington. It's like fast web and stuff. There's some shady kind of things in there. I use them, but I'm very careful when I used fast web. A lot of scholarships end up looking like contests. So they're more like drawings kind of things than actual, sometimes we're just like a ploy to get your information. Like, you ever go through like the fair and there's a guy like, hey, want this box of money? Well, fill out this card and we'll do a drawing later. Some of these scholarships that I find like on FastWeb and stuff are more like that than they are real scholarships. If they don't require an essay or anything and no GPA, then A, it's gonna be like everyone's gonna apply for them, and B, who's really giving money away for that and why? So it's just something to consider. Not that you can't do it, not that you shouldn't do it, just realize you might end up on a mailing list if you do. I'm gonna stop my screen share. All right. Do we have questions about this? What I would like to do for this time, man, there's only like 4 of you guys here right now. Yes. For the rest of the time, I'm gonna give you guys open to work. So this is a great opportunity to start looking for scholarships. Priscilla and I are here. If you get stuck, if you're like, I'm not seeing something, you can share your screen and share it with everybody else. If you find a particularly good scholarship, you're like, hey, we should all apply for this, you can share it in the chat. And you guys can then put your stuff onto your WordPress page. Do you have any questions about this? I'm gonna pause the recording. Veronica, Ali, Xavier, Quinn, can you guys come back?
I'm back. My camera's just not working again.
Okay. Okay. All right, I guess we're not doing cameras. God, it's so hard. I can't see your faces. So I see in the comments, Xavier said he applied to the Jumpstart Scholarship. So that's great. Good job. You applied to one. That's wonderful. Make sure you throw that onto your WordPress document so that we know that you applied to something, so you can look back, and then when you share your website with other people, they can maybe apply for it too. Okay, let's go on to Ali. Ali, did you find anything interesting in your searches?
Oh, well, not necessarily. I mean, most of them I can't actually sign up for, but.
Did you find some that you think you'll want to apply when you can?
Well, I mean, I did a little more research about the Coca-Cola one. I think that would be cool to sign up for.
Great. Cool. Wonderful. Is there anything else that you found or that you want to share back with the group?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Let's go on to Quinn. Quinn, did you find anything interesting? Did you apply for anything or find something you want to? Just looking at like the Dell thing. Okay, I understand that. And then Veronica says she found the grant, the Gates Scholarship. Yeah, the Gates Millennial Scholarship. That is, that's a biggie. I will tell you that much. I sent you another list. I'm actually finding some good stuff on this list right here. The scholarships that open in August. Unfortunately, a lot of them are for college students, unfortunately, in this particular list. Ooh, here's one that needs to be 13 years and older. Oh, it's blocked by my thingy. I'm not going to go for that. Anyways, I will help you find some more stuff. I'm definitely available during homework time. Your search is really important. The one I found that I thought was really interesting, I thought it was interesting because I read some people's personal statements who aren't here. But Priscilla, hopefully you can help me share this out with people who might find it interesting. It is a lawn starter entrepreneur scholarship. And so if we're looking for people who currently own a lawn care business, ran a lawn care business in the past, or plan to start a business upon graduating college. They're passionate and ambitious, have willpower, work ethic, and the desire to build the next great business. And you're a high school senior who's going to pursue a college degree or a full-time college student enrolled in a 2-4 or graduate program. It's open to all majors. And so I know lots and lots of students who have lawn care businesses. Heck, I'm trying to get my daughter to start her own lawn care business. This could be something as simple as, you know, you have flyers and you mow lawns. So whatever it is, there's lots and lots of scholarships out there. There's people who want to give people money. There were some crazy looking ones I found where it was like some guy is like he had a WordPress site and he's like, hey, I want your essays, I'll give you $1,000 for the winner. And he was like a CEO someplace. It was like his business, like his personal. Some people, you get to a certain professional level and you just have a website about yourself so that if people are Googling you or you're applying for jobs, something will pop up and they'll have something to look at. That's what he was doing. He's like, hey, I got a scholarship on here. So it might be help generate hits for him, might help him have bigger web presence, or maybe he just wants to do something nice and he likes to read a bunch of high school students' essays and then feel really good about giving them some money, like an altruistic thing. And that's totally fine. That's how there's a lot of people who roll that way. Me personally, I'd rather not meet them people. I just give them money. I don't want to do a letter. I don't want to do nothing. I'm just here to take the money and go. All right. Any questions about scholarships? Any questions about the assignment? Anything at all? All righty. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate you. We will let you go. Please, I will see you guys at homework help at 5 o'clock. And hopefully we can get everything taken care of for you guys. Bye.